Before we start, I would like to introduce myself. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Ishita Soni, and I'll be your host for the evening. Our speaker is going to be Akanksha Rani, as you might have guessed, and our moderator will be Vijay Lakshmi. You can post your questions in the chat, and Akanksha Di will answer them. Okay.
Are final year students eligible? I'm not sure what you mean by final year. So when I got a scholarship, I was going to final year. Like I completed my third year and I just went to. I got the scholarship around June, July, like this period only last year. So I just went to final year. So yeah, then we are eligible. But right now, like since I have completed my college, I don't think so. The students who have just graduated would be eligible. Like I have not seen any of them. So that is a thing. But yeah, the people going from third year to final year and they are eligible. Are current second year students eligible? Yes, they are. I checked few days back, but it was asking if you were in second, third year in 24 to 25. Trust me, I think so. First, second, and third year, all of them are eligible. It's just that they have this thing written on their website, but it does not matter because I've seen people who have got a scholarship. Is there a family income limit? No. Your family income certificate, anything they don't ask. It is not. It is written that you must be in a need of financial condition, but yeah, if you have a good application, definitely it does not matter your family situation. Like, it does not matter here. You can mention about things in your essays. That is a different thing, but yeah, it does not matter the income certificate. LR, I'll answer all these questions. Okay, we can start with the session. After that, once I'm done, we can come up to all these questions, right? So yeah, Ishita, you can start with the session.
Okay. Um, So everyone, our speaker today is Akanksha B, and she has been an SD intern at Amazon, Microsoft, and at IBM also, if I'm not wrong. Uh, she has been the recipient of two scholarships. The latest one being this one, this Google scholarship. It is a scholarship for women in tech students. So it is for like financial need, but you can avail this scholarship if you make the right application. It is not so much like it is a luck based thing, but yeah, you can definitely higher your chances as much as you can. And so over to you now, Akanksha Di. She'll tell you all about it.
Sure. So I did not have a presentation. I thought of having it, but I think so I can better explain things this way because I was not prepared that I would have a session in a day. So that was also one of the reasons. But since I have enough content to show to you, so I think so it will work. So yeah. Hi everyone. Now I'll just give a brief introduction about myself to all of you who don't know about me. So I'm a Akanksha. I've just completed my graduation from Indira Gandhi Technical University from IIT Delhi. And in these 4 years, I have tried my best to explore every part of tech and understand how the technology industry works. So, talking about before the scholarships, I have tried to work about different sectors like open source, the corporate environment, and all. Like I've got to know about a lot of things. So, scholarships, when we come upon that, which is the major motive of this session, I would say scholarships are not just for the part that we are getting money. There are a lot of scholarships which are learning based as well. So for me, in these 4 years, what I realized is I earned through internships. I earned through a lot of opportunities. But when I received the scholarship, that was more like a push to me that yeah, like I am recognized in what I'm doing. So when we talk about Google Generation Scholarship or the other scholarship, I have received two scholarships. One is Google Generation Scholarship, one is Talented Women in Tech Scholarship, and both of them are global scholarships. In Google Generation Scholarship, we have around 55 recipients every year from all over the world. In Talented Scholarship, we have only 10 people per scholarship throughout the globally only 10 people receive their scholarship every year. So I will talk about Talented in some other session. That is also one of the most prestigious scholarships about which people don't know about. So I'll also post about that on LinkedIn. So we can come up to that later. But since the session is focused upon Google Generation, generation, let's talk about. So I got to know about dual generation scholarship before even I joined college. So I was looking for like my JNC allotment was going upon, and I was pretty active since my school time on LinkedIn. So I have been active on LinkedIn since past 5 years before joining the college, and I just wanted to see what all opportunities are there. So I got to know about this scholarship through LinkedIn, where I was talking to many of my alumni, many of my seniors. So I just saw that many seniors from my college received this scholarship because this scholarship is women as for women. And before COVID, whoever got this scholarship, they had the opportunity to even go outside abroad. Like I think in California, they hosted a bit for the all the scholars. So it was very exciting to know about all this, and I was very thrilled to know, yeah, like opportunities like this exist. So once I got to know about the scholarship, I wanted to know that I wanted to know the process. So I used to mail a lot of seniors. I tried to get their IDs. I used to ping them on LinkedIn to give me and guide me about it. So at that time, I did not have any idea. But what happened once I applied by chance, like I don't know what happened, what did they see, because I did not had a good resume. I did not have anything at that time. I just applied with a that kitty resume that we make, like once that we got before college, what kind of resume we can have. There is not much in there. Even though I had curated my resume a bit because I have worked a bit before college, but it does not matter much. So I just applied using that, and I wrote essays. I just wrote. I did not have LOR, so I used the LOR from my school teacher. So I just did it. I just did it for the sake of knowing what happened. And by like fortunately, I don't know what happened. I just received a OA, and it was Google's online challenge. And all of you who must have ever applied to Google, they know that Google's online challenge is one of the most difficult OAs like out there in the income, right? So at that time, I was like, what is this? I did not know what are data structures and algorithms. I did not have any idea. It was just I entered college. So I just sat down, and that time GPT and all these things were not that famous. Like it's about 4 years back. These tools were not heavily used. So I just tried to read about it. So I went through some Geeks for Geeks blogs, and I just went through some basic coding problems, and I just went through them because definitely I don't know how to solve these coding questions. They were like medium level code questions. So I did not have any idea. I just applied. Definitely, I did not receive it. I received the rejection, so that you did not pass the test, and it happened. But at that time, I was like, by any cost, I have to get this in my second year. I have to like improvise myself enough to pass this test and then apply. Because if they had shortlisted me, that meant that they really liked my essay. That is the major weightage of getting a OA point. So right now, I think so the process has changed. I'm not sure if OAs are still required or your weightage is taken. I'm not really sure about that because I remember giving two to three Google online challenges. So they might have taken their previous marks. I don't have idea if they only like take the essay part or the OA is equally important. But for me, in my first year, I did not get it. OAs were a necessary part to pass before getting the before getting to the next process. So in first year I was not able to get it, and that was like fair enough. Why did not I get it? So after that I worked upon my skills. In second year again, it came around the same period. I applied, and I did not get the OA link because I think so I had already given an online challenge recently. So what happened? Google, you have a common online challenge. So once you give that, I think so the marks are valid for next 1 year. So this is some like Google's policy. So they use the same marks for your next application. So for me that happened, and I did not give the OA again, but my application was rejected, and I got the rejection again. That sorry, this year we can't give you. So I got a rejection again in my second year. Then I was really frustrated at that time that I really worked upon my essay so much. I even did a lot of things. I curated my resume more, and this time I did not even get the opportunity to do the OA or even not anything. So after that time, I actually no, I gave up on that. I did not wanted to do that. But from this rejection, what I wanted to do is that I wanted to see what all alternatives are there. So I was surfing on internet. I was just going upon the blogs on LinkedIn and all. So I just through that I got to know about another scholarship which is Valentine. So I started looking upon my like it also has a similar format like Google Generation. So I started writing my essays for that, and it was very unexpected that I received a scholarship because I got rejected by Google scholarship 2 times, and then I was expecting that I'll get a scholarship that too which is more which is like which has a bigger amount than Google Generation, which is more difficult to achieve. So did not had any hope about it, but one day around like in second year itself I got a mail that I got a scholarship. At that time my confidence really boosted up. That was the like really hit for me that yeah, it does not matter that I did not get that scholarship, but it means that I really have a good essay writing skill and I can achieve things alternatively, not just that for that opportunity. And this thing has happened with twice. Even in my open source opportunities when I was trying to get into Google Summer of Code, which is one of the open source programs. I did not get it, even though I like did a lot of hard work in that, but that the same amount of effort was used in some other open source program, and there I earned more. So it just happens. Whatever effort you put in one place, it just simultaneously go to something better. Always something better. So you should never think like that. If I did not get it, so these efforts are wasted. That is what I have learned throughout my 4 years. So now coming to the final part, uh, when I received that scholarship, I had this thing in mind that I have to try to Google the data itself because there is something that I'm losing that was not there earlier. So I read my Palantir's essays again. Like what is there that was not there in my earlier essays. Then I got to know about my mistakes. Then I got to know about things that I missed there. Then I again rewrite my essays and curated it properly in my final year. At that time, I remember I got my internship also. I got internship at Microsoft, so it was a good time for me. It was a very good phase for me. So I was very motivated to do stuff. So I just wrote the essays again, and I was not expecting to get the scholarship. It was like let's just give it a last try. My mom told me like give it a last try. Bounce, it's okay. If you have given it 2 times, what do you have to do? You just have to use this almost the same essays and just you have to apply because you already have worked so hard in your earlier scholarship essays and your earlier opportunities. So just do it. So I just did that. I reached out to my professors and I got to advise on my professors. I get to know, like I come to the how to get the template and how to get the LOR status. But so firstly, let me complete this. So after that, I applied to that. Then around June, I was in my internship itself at Hyderabad in Microsoft itself. I got a mail that I received this scholarship. So that was the day I just felt that whatever effort that I've put in since past 3 years, it just reflected at one instance. So it was one of the best days of my life because I just felt that it was Google scholarship. Like even though I would have gotten a better scholarship at that time, it would not have been meant that much the way it meant to me that day. So that was really a like most motivating thing that had happened to me that year. So I was really very happy because it was almost my last chance. I was in my third, like I just went to my fourth year at that time. So it was my last chance. So it just happened in the last chance. So that was about how I got the scholarship and how it went. So now talking about okay, someone is asking which is the another scholarship word. Yeah, I told right, Parenting Women in Technology scholarship. I'll come to that a bit later. Firstly, let's talk about this. So about how to prepare for the essays and like applications. So I talk about the online challenge first. So if you all get an online challenge or if you have ever given Google's online challenge, make sure no matter for which opportunity it is, whether it's for an internship, whether it's for Google Girls Hackathon, whether it's for any other thing, the online challenge is a common Google what do you say criteria to pass you to any opportunity. So they just see that common marks from that email and then give you some give you the next steps. So like it is fine, then you have other strong. Now, talking about CGPA. So, my CGPA journey is really very like mind, like it's a brain rot because my graph goes like this. When I entered college, I did not like achieve even a decent, like it was a very shitty score that I got in my first year. Like you won't even imagine, I got around 60 GPA in my first year. The first time I'll say, okay? In my first time. Then like whenever like if a student gets that type of CGPA, like all the hopes are lost at first itself. Like I started with such a bad score, how will I get better? So in my first year it was a very traumatizing period for me also. I was not used to writing. I'm a COVID batch student. I did not write books. So it was obvious for me to not able to score much in my first step. So it happened with most of the students who have joined the college. So in my first time, it was really very bad. But definitely, if something like this happens, you have to stretch yourself and improve yourself. Time by time, I started working upon it. I after that, in my next time, I got a 7 CPA. In my third time, I got an 8 CPA. In my fourth time, I got a 9 CPA. So it was my graph literally went like this. But my cumulative CGPA was like right now. Finally, it is above 8, which is I think so one of the average scores that you can get. But I will say you above 8 is something that is fine. But even if you are below, because when I got my internship at Microsoft, when I got my internship at Amazon, at that time also my CGPA was not above 8. It was always in 7 pointers. So it did not matter. Most of the bigger opportunities, they don't really care about CGPA that much. Just try to maintain a decent score. Like try to keep it decent. And if you're intelligent enough, try to score good. Not like you have to score 10 CGPA definitely. But if you're scoring that is also good. But try to have an average CGPA because I am not a CGPA student. So I am never like that you have to do very good. Because you see a lot of people talking about 10 up by 10 CGPA. And I am like, I think so my graph is better. So it just feels like that because it really shows how much you have come in past 4 years, what exactly what your hard work was, what it really built inside you. So it really helped me a lot to motivate me also that yeah, I really like I really handled my CGPA well. So this question I really get a lot that does CGPA matter? So I would say that CGPA matters only mostly in your on-campus opportunities. That is something new because I remember losing a lot of opportunities because of that in my college. Firstly, I was not a CSC student, so for EC students there are many opportunities which are not open. So it really mattered a lot that I was not like when for example when Microsoft came in my campus, I was not able to get to the next round. Like they did not shortlist me because maybe it was CGPA thing. They only took 9+ people at that time, and there was a lot of things going upon. But I was like, yeah, it didn't matter at that time. But it is completely fine if you don't, because there, how would you do that? Something like that. There's a question also. So I will give you a general idea of how to write your like answers. So first of all, there are a lot of people who bluff stuff. That is something a big not to do. Never ever bluff stuff in your content, because see, those people are experienced in past 15 20 years. Do you really think you can make them a fool? It is not that easy. So whatever you write in a scholarship essay, just make sure that is 100% true and that is based on a true skill. Never try to make a situation that yeah, I have to write something related to Q4, then I just, even though I have a good economic status, I will just mention about Q4. It never works like that. I've essayed almost 300 plus essays past year. Like I have reviewed more than 300 essays. I came upon a lot of, like, most of the essays things seem very blunt. And I did tell them that you should not do it like that. Never bluff stuff. Now, talking about how to approach the answer. So, if we take one question, right? If I say that, what is one big problem that you ever solved and how did you do it? What motivated you to do it and what impacted it? So this is, I think, so one of the questions that has come in Google Education policy. And this year also, I feel that they might be having something similar to this, right? So in this question, how can you approach the question? So for me, I really had worked upon a lot of stuff. So I know a lot of you might not have a lot of experience, but trust me, only if I give you my example, it will really make you feel that I don't have such experience, like I will not be able to write, but it is not like that. You just have to focus on something, even if it's the smallest kind of problem, you just have to write in such a way that it really shows what kind of efforts you really put in. So I remember writing about this project of mine, which I have worked upon, like I almost did it around 4 years. That project started from class 11, and I worked upon it till my first year of college. So it was basically a project converted to a startup also. So I mentioned about how I worked upon that project. Now for you guys, I know a lot of you might not have a similar experience, but I'm sure if you are in your second, third year, then definitely you must have worked upon a lot of projects, not a lot of, at least one project in your, maybe in your course or anything. And even if you have not, for the sake of application process, you can start working upon something, and you can start writing about what vision do you have about that particular problem or challenge. So for the people, okay, yeah, I think so. Should I written the question? Tell us about a time when you faced a complex problem without a clear path to a solution. Describe the same to the solution in detail. What resource and solution did you consider? What did you learn from this experience? Keep in mind that this can be a problem you have faced as schools or work, except for its curricular activities or. Okay, so thank you, Ashita. So let's take example of this question. It will be very helpful for the people who have applied. So for this question, a lot of people have what, like, the way I have reviewed essays, a lot of people write about, especially girls who write about that they have faced this situation in college, especially co-ed girls. They write about that for the opportunities there. For example, there's a hackathon, and if there are in that hackathon, it is said that you need to have one girl. Like, so what I have heard about this story a lot, that what boys do, that they make a group, they just take a girl for taking basis, that you just be there, and they work upon a project, and they don't let that girl, even the girl even teach anything, or they don't make her feel included. So that is one of the challenges that is very common in girls, and I think so it is very true also. Because, like, I myself have not experienced it ever, because I am from a all women's university. So we are always together, only girls except. So but the students that I've talked to, some co-ed colleges, they really face this problem. So this is one of the most common challenges that women face. So this is just an example. So people can use this to like write about this answer. Now describe the steps you took to get the solution in detail. So for this, what can be a solution? So what there can be a solution that, like, what I think that next time if there's an opportunity, you will not take any boys, just make a all girls community, and you just work upon this hackathon, and you win that. And in my college, I've seen girls winning. Smart India Hackathon is one of the biggest hackathons. I've seen girls making the finalists and winning the hackathon. So it is not that difficult. So you just saying this is something against the boys, there are a lot of people, a lot of boys who also support. So, for example, Mali College, he is leading a women-based community, and what can be a better example than this? So there are boys who do support women, but trust me, in tech industry, you'll face this backlash from around 80% of boys who are even in corporate, who are even in like no matter at the position they are, there are a lot of men who don't really appreciate what you are doing, and only the girls have enough peace to say that. So that is something there. But at the same time, you have some people, some boys who are backing up for us all, and that is the reason why we are still existing in the tech community. Not because of them, but just that support is really matters. So you can write about that. Now, what resources and solutions? So what you can do in solution in this that you worked upon a hackathon, you made a project, you just write about the technical aspect, but at the same time try to relate it with the real life problem. So if I take an example of women's safety, it is one of the most common thing that people make projects about, like making like SOS apps for women traveling at night, making stuff better for that, right? So you can mention about how you built that, how things worked upon, but at the same time you have to really with your words. So we have all these LLM models, GPT tools. So what people do is they just write a question and they just copy paste the solution. And I've reviewed a lot of essays which were like this. It never works like that. At my time when I got parent scholarship, I did not use any chat GPT or any other tools. But yeah, for Google generation, I did refine my essays with that. What does it mean by refining it? That you write the whole essay yourself. Just make the words sound better, the English sound better, and just try to communicate what you want to say in a better way. So that if I'm sitting like in the other part of screen, and if I'm reviewing the essay, I just feel that you are there in front of me, not just that a article or blog I'm reading. The person can reflect upon you as a person and can see what kind of struggle you went through and what kind of impact it made to the society. So that is a thing. Now, ma'am, can you please talk about Google Generation Scholarship Application? What is the requisite need for certificate shortlisted? What is the transcript? Okay, transcript is okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll just complete this question part. So keep in mind that what did you learn from this experience? So in essays, three parts are most important. You can note it down: problem statement, your solution, then the impact. These three things really impact your essay a lot. And the reviewer, this is one of the evaluation criteria also, I would say. It is not written anywhere, but what I felt happened with my essay, it really, I feel that it happened that they see on these three factors most: the problem statement, the solution, and the impact. So you have to be very clear with all three aspects. Don't be like just I have to write about my achievements, I have to like things, never write the essay like that. Try to focus upon these things, the three steps. After that, you can use any example, whether it's at your home, whether it is at your work, whether it's at your school, like anywhere. Just that how, and it can be like you faced a problem 2 years, 3 years back, and now you just overcome with that problem. So you can also write such problem. It should not be something like happened recently or something very that is very big. Don't go on stuff that sounds very big. It really does not matter because most of the essays which got selected, I remember I have read few of them, and even for my essay, I think so the major part was the impact that I created. That is the most important. Now, moving forward to like how like the word limit and all, I think so I get this question that what if like I'm not able to put in my essays in the particular word limit. It is something that really these GPT tools help in. You just write essay, you write for 1,000 words, it's okay. So these GPT tools is something that you are fortunate enough to get at this time. You can try fixing your essays just using that, and you can limit the size. But like make sure that the major part, the impact, the problem statement, and the solution really highlight. It is not reduced because of the size limit. So you have to take care of that. And for best mark sheet would really much won't matter at that time. Because at my time when I got the scholarship, my CGPA was not like very good. It was very average, but it did not matter. So try to clear your bags as soon as possible, because when you're applying off campus, they really care about that you passed 7 semesters, and they don't see that 9+ bar. I don't think so. Like most of the big companies, especially fan companies, ever see that. So you have to more focus on that you at least pass your semesters and try to clear your bags. I is the is that recent mark sheet from STEM one? Like if you are in second year right now, so you need mark sheets from for your first and second sem. If you're in third year for your then you need mark sheets from your for your all the 4 semesters. Like that. Whatever semester you have just passed, you have to like include the mark sheets for that. And try to make it a single PDF, not like uploading it separately. Make a single PDF, and you don't have to calculate anything. Don't try to calculate. It does not matter. Just attach like the mark sheets in our students. Is that a mark sheet from? I have only first year mark sheet, didn't get second year mark sheet till from God. So, is there any provisional result released or anything else that is there? Because I think so you can go to your college and you can request them. I went to my college and got my mark sheet especially for this. Yeah, the mark sheet of college. Uh, right. The mark sheet should be in a PDF format. Definitely try to keep everything in PDF. Don't be like doc or any other format. It really affects the bit. So don't do that. If you did not get your mark sheet yet, just go to your college and try to tell them that yeah, I need it. And in my college, they used to give us a provisional certificate, if not the original mark sheet. So that is what you can use. In my college, they send us just the roll sheet mentioning, yeah, you can do just take a screenshot of that page, just highlight your part, where your name is written, and in front of that the CGPA is there. You can include the same CGPA in the PDF you are making. Just add that screenshot. That will work. The semester mark sheet will work. Yeah, they will work. So the problem solution and back format is regarding a project or project I did or any problem in general. When do applications currently open? Okay, I filled the form and they only asked for high school CGPA. There was no option to attach a mark sheet. DML later and the students. Okay, there are a lot of questions. Let me go one by one. For this recommendations, I'll just come to that part after I resolve that transcript doubts. So this recommendation part, I'll just come after that. So let's first solve this mark sheet related problem. Firstly, in my college, they sent us the rules. Yeah, I cleared about that. So the problems, when do the application of no? I filled the form. They only asked for high school CGPA. There was no other option to attach our mark sheet. So in that case, I think so. You have to include your college CGPA as well. Like, did it happen with anyone else? Because I think so they do need your pass certificate. But if you're in first year, if you just entered the college, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. If you have just entered in your first year, then yes, then you can include your college, say your school mark sheet. That is fine. But if you are in your second semester or you have just, I think so most of you must have just entered your second year, right? First year school. So you must be having your first and second year semester mark sheet. So you have to include that if you are in your just entered the second year, because I think so new students have not joined the colleges yet. The JEE counseling must be happening right now. So I think so that is not possible. I am a later and students like joining second year, so we have to upload only third and fourth year mark sheet. Right, because we don't have first year mark sheet. So whatever program you were in your first year, you have to include the mark sheet for that also. Whatever degree you did, right? You must have done some degree in your first year. Like if you were not in your college, you must have done something. So just include that like the course for that. I think so that will work. Yeah, I'm a later okay, I've solved that. Now I'm further. So only 2 semester mark sheets is enough. Second, first and second semester. Yes, that is enough. My first time CGPA is 8+ and second semester one backlog. Can I apply? Yeah, you can definitely apply. They don't have a qualification on backlog, I think so. Applying is not a problem. Just that if you have cleared or if you have reappeared for that exam, try to get the clear mark sheet. That is preferred. But But I would not say that it is not possible to like get the scholarship with that part. Like I've not seen any cases where it happened and someone got the scholarship, but I really feel that you should apply because if you're if in your first or second year, applying is never a problem. You just apply. If you even if you don't get it, you have still next year to do that. So don't be motivated with that part. I think it's for 2026 and 27 batch only. No, it is for first, second, third years, all of them. Like they have mentioned it specifically because they expect people from 26 and 27 batch to apply. But people from 28 batch, I think so they all also can apply. Like from if I can get it in my first year, the I can get shortlisted in my first year. I think so. It is not a prohibition. How to get an LOR? Even if you don't get it, don't be like why shouldn't you apply? It will be like any for helping you to prepare for next year. So never be like I will not get it, so I will not apply. Does not work like that. If like for me also, I did apply even though I did not expect it. So you should never have that thinking in mindset that if it is only written for that, so I will not apply. In most of the opportunities that you get, even if the eligibility is like there that only final, second, and apply to it. It's fine. They will give a rejection, but there are good companies who also give feedback on the rejection that your essays were good, but you are not eligible. So that is a factor that you should always apply for. How to get an LOR? I'll come to that part after this. Official transcript for your current situation. Institution means mark sheet. Yes. Transcript means mark sheet. Should you highlight extracurricular achievements like Kathak in your resume? Yeah, definitely. In your resume, you can, if you're in first, second year, I don't think so you'll have much of the tech stuff, right? You can mention about that in your achievements. If you received any certificate for that, you can mention about in your hobbies. So these things you can do. Uh, how much is the difficulty in OA? High school means 9 to 12. 9 to 12. High school means your 12th CBSE board certificate, and I think so. High school means that your 12th and 10th is your secondary board. But when they say high school, it means your final 12th mark. How much difficulty in OA? OAs are very difficult. But for me, it was very difficult. For Google, OAs are really difficult. Try to solve these code questions like I would say it was medium to hard level for me. But it was not like that. If you're not able to solve the question, you will not get the that opportunity to get the scholarship. For me, if it was like that, I would not have got the opportunity because I did not solve some big questions. So yeah, it does not matter that way. But yeah, try to improve upon your DSA skills. They ask data structures and algorithm only, and you can get a lot of DSA questions for OA. So yeah, it can really help you there. What kind of recommendations recommenders are preferred? How to make resume strong to get shortlisted? I'll share the resume template at the end of this meeting. I think so by next week till then I'll share the resume template. It will really help you guys a lot. It is an overview template because I think the first year students might not be having idea about it, but you should definitely make your resume an overview. It really helps you a lot. OA means online assessment. It is you have to solve 2 to 3 coding questions and score a particular marks to pass that. In which month do we have to give the OA if we do get selected? As I said, I'm not sure if OA is still a requirement because at my time it did not ask OA this year, but in my first year it did ask me. But I'm not sure if the marks is taken from my previous OAs or what. But if it comes, you should be ready for it. I think so. They will give the online challenge you if they are giving. If the OA is required, then you will get it after the application process. If you're shortlisted, then only you will get it, and then you can attempt it just after the deadline ends for scholarship. After that, for whole 1 month, you can get it because you apply it right. This year, the scholarship have come really late. Usually, it is in like March, April. It is the timeline, but this year, I think so. The scholarship have come, I think, 3 to 4 months late. So I think so. It will just after the deadline closes, you will get the OA links if it's there. What is the format to follow in resume? If you're beginners, then we won't stand any chance. No, it is not like that. If you're beginners, see what I mean to say throughout my discussion also that even if you're beginners, if you're applying, if you're writing essays, if you're preparing for OA, it all really sums up when you get it in your second year. If you achieve it in your second year and apply, you'll get the feeling that yeah, I have worked upon a year for this. So interviews used to happen, OA used to happen. But this year, like the year I got the scholarship, none of these things happened. So, like I think so, this year's format would be similar to that. They change format every year, and even I don't have idea about what they are thinking. But I'm just telling you, if you are prepared for everything, no one can stop you from achieving it. So just be prepared, not just for scholarship perspective, but Google Online Challenge is something you have to pass when you are applying to Google even for internship for full-time roles. So that is something you have to pass. So be prepared for that. I just give it as a suggestion that be prepared for that.
I think there are plenty of questions coming up. So, if you could, list the components of everything once, like just as a summary, and then you could detail one by one. Like you gave a really nice detailed explanation for essay. So, essay part is clear. I think nobody has question for essay. So, and then we
Okay.
can take up the questions.
Sure, definitely. I was also thinking about that. Okay, guys. So as Shita suggested, and we should also do that. First, let me give idea about the next important questions. So after that, we take up the doubt. So after the transcript, we have cleared about transcript. We have cleared about essays. If you have any essay related query, you can type it there, or transcript related query, you can type it there. I'm moving forward to the LORs part. LORs impact a lot. Yes, they do. Because I took, see, firstly, when you talk about from whom you should take the LOR. If you're in first year, you don't have a lot of professors with whom you are connected, right? So you can use one essay from your school teacher, any school teacher there. I use that. I use essay from one of my school teachers, and the second essay was one of my professors. So, like in my not in my first year, but in my second year, also I did that. In my second year also I did that. That I took essay from a professor. So what happens is in my college at least, what happens is professors are really busy. They don't really help you write this. You have to draft the whole. Sorry, not essay. They're talking about LOR. You have to draft the whole LOR here. Then you take it to the professor. If the professor is not directly able to just go and to any PhD scholar who is under that professor. Like in my college, it works like that. We have a professor, and there are several PhD scholars in there. You can reach out to them. So, since I'm a PhD student, so we have to write research papers, right? It is very important for us, and I'm also passionate about writing it. So, I started working upon this research project in my second year. So, the professor I was working with, so I went to him and I said that I need LOR. So he told me that he can just write the LOR and I'll just upload it. So they don't have any time for that. That they will help you write. You draft your LOR yourself. You reach out to any professor who have taught you. If not, you have worked up with them. Any professor with whom you feel that even a bit connected. Because trust me, they don't really care what is the bond with that professor. But if you do have a bond, because when I worked upon my research project, I never even connected with the professor I worked upon. But I used to work with that PhD scholar. So she said that, yeah, you have worked really well. And I really worked upon that project. So I just mentioned about it and I wrote it as a professor would write. And that is what usually professors do. They tell you to you write it and just tell us we will upload it from our ID. Because the only thing that matters is that it is given by your professor. So you draft the advice. For the template part, try it I'm just telling you the format. So in your let me show you. I must be having the LOI. It should help. I think so. I will be having that.
Meanwhile, Radhika, you have something to say. You can say it. Like you can unmute, or you can type it in the chat.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, I can. Actually, I wanted to ask, in the scholarship form, while you were filling it, there was a section where they wanted to know about our financial situation. Okay. So, is that going to, are they going to consider it? I mean, my financial situation is not bad, but if it is for, if they prioritize people who, I don't think more. No. most of the scholarship that like most of the people who have got the scholarship are not from a bad financial background. Few of them are like most of them are either from middle class or like even if not from middle class. I don't think so that really matters, but you should be honest with it. Don't like write anything that yeah I really need it. It does not matter. I don't think so. Even for both my scholarships, I never mentioned that because I do come from a middle class family. I mentioned that yeah I do come from a, but I was not like I really focus upon the part that my financial condition is bad. I never told that because like I'm doing well enough than the people who actually are not able to get the amenities. So you don't have to highlight on the fact that it does not matter. Honestly, the essays, it really matters in the essays what you write and your financial condition. It does not impact your chances of getting it. You have to be honest there.
Also, I have a bit unrelated question to the scholarship.
Okay.
Can I ask it?
Sure, sir. Yeah.
Actually, I've currently last year I've worked on uh, worked in robotics. We participated in a competition, Robocon 2019,
Okay.
and we have secured a good rank over there. So for that, I mostly worked on machines. We have Python and on Python framework with that. Something. So right now I'm thinking because I want to secure an internship right now, but there are a lot of internships with what I have done last year.
Okay.
Python, machine learning, Arduino programming. So I'm thinking of doing web development right now. I'm just confused because I go on Reddit and there is one stack is you don't cover the fundamentals in one stack. Java, Java you have to actually commit and I have no basic knowledge of Java. And Python, there are no courses for it. So I have interned at Microsoft yesterday.
Yeah.
Opportunities from Amazon. What should I do?
Radhika, I think so. I need time to answer that because it is a very dense question and a very good question actually. So can you connect me with that question with can we I'll just share it at the end of the session if you can just see it and just looking for the yeah sure.
Thank you for that question.
Okay, someone shared my LinkedIn as well. It's fine. Okay. So you can just reach out to me this about this question, and I can properly tell you about what you're dealing with. I understand your question really well, and it's fine. So I'll properly answer that question. Okay. I think so. I did get my. Just give me a second. I'll just share my screen. I will just show you how Edward looks like this. So
Dee, can you please answer this? Yashaswini is asking what is the timeline of the scholarship? Like, is there any time constraint?
timeline. Okay. Try to apply for dual generation. Timeline for applying, right? You mean for applying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think so they have mentioned 15th August, but they have also mentioned that only 1200 something application would be intaken. So all of you who are present here and who are looking to apply, and they're just trying to submit your essay in like next. I think so. This week, try to wrap up because I think that is also I'm saying a lot. Like try to like write and submit your essay in next 2 to 3 like days. If not, at least like by this week, try to submit it because the competition is very high and a lot of people do apply. So yeah, that is something that you really have to work on. Try to wrap up it in this week. Okay, I'm just sharing my screen. I would say that you know I think so like I've never shared it with anyone, but I just give you it will just give you an idea about how things work, and I just feel that you all need it. Uh, is the screen shared? So I'll just move to this part. Okay. So this is how like I make my header like so whatever institute you are from, try to make it like this. Okay. Try to like curate your headwords like this. Okay. And you can just like mention you about your like chancellor, like your wife, like whatever professor you're taking headword from, try to mention their position, their department, because it really matters how you are curating your environment. So this is kind of template that really was I use. I can't make you read the content; it is a bit confidential, so that's why I'm not alluding to that. That is why. But yeah, in content, it is more like whatever the like whatever the kind of work you have done with that professor, or you have even studied under him. Just he will just write about it like you're a really good student. Not he will or she will. You have to only write about good things about yourself, and don't be like very good, like it really seems unreal. Don't be like that, right? So you can do it like that. I think so most of you have got the idea about how the template works. It is very simple, not and I made this template myself. No one, I did not get it on Google, so you can say this is Akanksha made. Yeah. Okay, so this was a template I just made because I realized that this is a way we should always like draft something official. Because see, this application is going to somewhere sitting in USA or other part of world. And when they are reading it, they should get an idea about yeah, it is from a proper institute, it is from a official like person who is the part of that university. Like it really should reflect the professionalism. That really matters a lot. So yeah, can you show it again? So okay, what I can do is I will just make a doc template of it and I'll just add it to my link tree. Okay, I'll share the link for my link tree here by end of day today by 12. I think by 12 like after session I'll just make a template of that in doc format like what I use for me and I can share it with you. Right now you're overly presuming. Yes, that is a very important part. Give me one second. I'm sharing the link for the template that I have used. So this is the template. Just a second.
Didi Ishita has a question that does the professor need to be tech or core related?
Okay. See, if you're doing BTech, then I think so. The professor must be from a tech background only. But yeah, they can be from any department. My professors are from electronics department, so it did not matter for like BTech since because it matters that what work did you do under him, not his profile. But try to get it from a good, like a proper professor, not from a PhD scholar. They should have their, you should have their name, have their contact there. Because if by any chance they ever contact you, if by any chance they ever contact any of their professors, it really should not affect a lot. Like it should be real, not like just give me one second. I'm just looking for the template link.
Ishrat's question is they should we get signed by them because in the recommend section they ask name, position, title, relationship, phone number, email.
Uh, yeah, their sign is required, I think so. But did I take the sign? I don't remember. No, I don't think so. But yeah, if you can get the sign, that is a better way. I think so. Just if you, I think so. I did not include in my cover letter, but it really in my LOR. But yeah, it would be good if you have this information. But the contact, email ID, the number, and all it is very good.
Yes, Ishrat, you can unmute.
Thank you very much. My actual doubt is like there is a section recommender where they're asking us for the prefix, name, phone number, email ID, and all. There is nothing like we need to upload the LOR or something. Will they directly get email or a call from the Google Scholarship program and they would be asking about us, or else we should manually upload the LOR provided by them?
Uh, yeah, they actually mail the person the email ID that you mentioned. They get an email notification and they have to upload in that. So for Google presentation, it is like that. So I think so. In my time, they had to copy paste the content that I wrote in my LOR. The LOR template that I shared, I used this LOR template for like a lot of opportunities. But for Google generation at my time, it happened. In second year, every year the thing is different. So they got a notification, and either they will get directly the option to directly upload your document. If not, they will get a page where they have to just copy paste the content that you did. In that case, the format would not matter much, and they have to rate your skills. So that is also a way. I think so for Google generation, it is one of the methods that happens. Just move a second. Sorry. Yeah. So they will get a notification, and I remember for my professor, I was in front of him when he was filling. So there was a page where he has to rate. So in that section, he just rated. Obviously, he rate the best, so he just rated, and he just copy paste the content of mine and just submitted. So it happened in my case. I think in my second year. But if the like process is not seen this yet, then they will like just upload the PDF that you have made. You can use this as like LOR template for other opportunities. I just shared it for general purpose, right? So in that case, just try to be there when they are submitting the LOR. Don't risk that they will do whatever they want. Just you know you have to be a bit irritating. You have to be a bit annoying. You have to get your work done. So I was that in my time because I had to get this scholarship at any cost. So I used to go out to college every day. I'm a day scholar. It was a really a pain in ass, but it is like you have to do it if you have to achieve something. So yeah, you have to go to the professor if he's not free, the PhD scholars in the depth, and you can just sit with them and just see that how to upload. You can tell them how to upload because obviously you will want the best for you to set. So in that way, whatever the process is this year, just sit with them and like help them fill the data and don't leave it on them. That is a way you can try to find.
Thank you so much.
It
So I am sharing the link of the resume template that I have used since past 4 years on Overly. So this is the template that I use, and it really like I know there are a lot of templates on Google, but this is the template that I use, and it has helped me get shortlisted in a lot of big opportunities. So yeah, this is something you guys can take a look at. I will also, if it's restricted, just a second. Why am I able to see it? Okay, even if it's no, I am able to see it. You have to log in, I think so. Like you guys can open it as a template, and you have to log in to view it. But even if you are not able to access it, don't worry. I will just add a resume template. I'm sharing the link tree right now. This is the best way because I know we have a time constraint there. So I'll add the link to the resume template again, which I will curate it the way I have written my resume as. So this is a resume template I have used. Like it is someone else's, like it is not mine. So that is why you might be having some restriction if you think not able to open even after logging. Okay. So you guys can just take a screenshot. I can share it with you. Just a second. And even if you don't get it, don't worry. I will include it in my link tree. I'll just share the link for that. So this is the person's resume I've used, and really a nice guy. Yes, like he has publicized his resume, and it is really good. That yeah. Why are you not able to view that and I am? It is very weird. But anyways, are you sure you guys are using the same link? Well, but anyways, I'll include it in my link. So you guys can take a look at it, how to you can take a look at it. Just a minute, I'm just seeing it at just a second, I think so I got the link to open it. Just give me 1 second. You guys can try seeing it with this. So you just have to, what you have to do is just go to this link and edit your details in there, and you can curate it yourself. Just a second.
There were two more questions for the LOR. Like, can we take it from an assistant professor, and can we take it from a company person rather than your college professor?
Sorry, I didn't get the first part.
Can we get the LOR from an assistant professor?
Uh, you can get it. I think so. People do get it if they don't get a professor. But if you can get from professor, that's well and good. Otherwise, if you don't have the option of doing that, you can do the assistant professor's LOR also. There are people who have got the scholarship and they have taken the LORs from assistant professors also. So they could so guys, I have just included my link tree there. Even if you're not able to access the resume, like these resume templates, after this session, after like in 1 or 2 hours, I will add the link to template for this and for LOR in there. Don't worry, and just like make note of this link tree because after this you might be using stuff. So that's why it will be really helpful for you and also for me to reach out to you. Like I can just add it in there and you all can easily access that. So I hope this is accessible, right? Accessible.
Yeah.
Is it okay to get an LOR from someone working as a recruiter? Yeah, yeah. Also, I'm sorry I forgot to mention. So yeah, when I was applying for this Google Generation Scholarship in my first, second year, then I did not had any LORs from like I did not have a Microsoft internship at that time. So last year I mentioned about this professor uh, from whom I took the LOR. You can also reach out to any company you're working with. But I think so. I did not use the LOR from any my colleague in my company, in Microsoft or in Amazon, because at that time I did not have any of these experiences. I did not have any internships. So if you're in your final year, you might be having some experience about like you in some company, but I think so more matter like more weightage is given to the professors. More like it is recommended to get the LOS from a professor because they take you as a student, not as an employee. So that is why try to get it from professors instead.
Hmm. So we have like 2 more minutes left. So because we will have to wrap up soon, I think most of the topics are covered now. We took a lot of questions, and we have Akanksha Di's contact information and link tree. So Akanksha Di, whatever you want to wrap up now.
Yeah, can you just pin this because many of people are still asking. I've sent the link again.
Okay.
Everyone who is there in this, you can just go to that link tree. After, like you can connect me on all the platforms. That if, like even if you are not able to resolve your doubts here, you can reach out to me. I just sit at night, 1 day in a week, and I reply. So please don't expect an immediate reply because it takes me a lot of time to properly answer you and properly read your questions. So that is the one of my things. So don't worry, I will definitely reply to all of you for you and solve the doubts. You can directly reach out to me on my LinkedIn, Twitter, or any platform. You can also try to make a good profile. I forgot to mention about this thing. So try to have a good GitHub profile. By for any opportunity, a good GitHub profile really matters. I'll just share it, especially the GitHub link, even though it's in my link tree. So a good GitHub profile is also one of the reasons I feel that my profile is really good. A good GitHub profile and a good LinkedIn profile. These two really matters in global opportunities because people from all over the world really see your work. Like, what do you actually like reflect? So try to make a good GitHub profile. Try to make a good LinkedIn profile. Try to like apply to good opportunities. Try to have a good you know when you say you should have a good profile, it means that you should participate in tech events, you should participate in these like hackathons because they really enhance your profile and really extend your connections. So that is one of the things that you should definitely do for any opportunity, for not just for the scholarship, but for any opportunity, it does matter. So that is the thing you guys can work upon, and like this is the I think so the last thing that I would say is important. Uh, yeah, this is an important question. If I'm already getting a partial scholarship, like government scholarship, can they still? Yeah, you can apply. I got I have I don't want to sound very flex, but I don't have want to sound it, but yeah, I should share this. So I've got 4 scholarships in my college life, and the first scholarship that I got was the government scholarship. It is named as Merit Cum Scholarship and something like that. So that scholarship was the first scholarship, and I did not mention about that scholarship to Google Generation, but even if you do, it does not matter. And at the time I was applying to Google Generation, I did mention about the talent scholarship. I did not hide it that I have received money from any other scholarship, and like you can just write it as a line that I have received the scholarship. No need to mention about money if you are not comfortable. So it does not matter in that sense.
Okay, so I think that's the end of it. To summarize, just once again, build a solid essay. Akanshadi had mentioned the 3 points. You should have a great problem statement. It should have impact. And the third one, I think I missed, or the solution, right?
Problem statement, solution, impact. This is the sequence.
Right. So remember this, everyone. Try to get a solid LOR. Be as persistent as you need to be. Do not be afraid to reach out to your professors, even if you think that you don't have a chance. Like, just aim for everything. Like every scholarship, every LOR you can get, and um build a good GitHub profile. Like, really work on your skills and try to show your skills as well by participating in hackathons and stuff. So I think that covers a lot of which I can.
Okay, so you have a WhatsApp community. So
Yeah.
can you do one thing is can you just list out, like can you make a form or something for the questions, and you can just send it over to me. I can answer that. Like that is the way that this can be solved. So
We do
I have a
have the
connection with you.
form.
Can I hear your question? Yeah, you guys can send me your essays for the group. I will just need some time. Give it to me like by this weekend. I will be able to review them properly. I'll try to do it on daily basis, but it really takes a lot of time to read and properly give answers. So yeah, you can do that, and you can DM your essays also as well. Can I get my year from PhD Scholar? He's my mentor at DRDO. Yeah, you can. No. Try to not get it from PhD Scholars. It really does not like carry a lot of weightage compared to a professor. Try to just like get the scholarship from any assistant professor, anyone, but someone at a higher position. Please help for essay. Yeah, what type of help do you need? Let me know. Priyanka. Okay, I think so we have extended the
Yeah.
time. Yeah, it's okay. Any major questions? Can you just look over the questions and see if there is anything that is not addressed yet? After that, we can end the session.
Okay.
Can we have another session for you someday if possible for you to get into Amazon and Microsoft? Yeah, that is depends on the community, and I would love to have sessions. And yeah, Kishita and Vijay, like you can just see if we can have some other session where I can mention about these Amazon and Microsoft internship also. So
Pragati
they have
was asking for resume tips. If you can give a very quick resume tips.
Okay, so for resume, okay, I have just opened my resume so that I can give you a better juice. So in my resume, you'll get an idea of how my resume looks like after I tell this, so that you can also like curate it something simple. So resume, firstly you have your name, then you mention your LinkedIn GitHub. You have to mention your email and your phone number. After that, education and education part. So since you are in first, second, third year, we can mention about both your 12th and 10th education. I have mentioned about my 12th and 10th education in most of the resumes till last year. Now I have just included my 12th marks and resume. So no, now I have only mentioned my college because I am a graduate. I am almost a graduate, so only college matters now. So that is something I have done.
I think we can't take any more questions now.
Just give me 1 second. I'll just finish this resume part. I'm not done yet.
Okay, sorry.
After that, we have the skills summary. There you mention about languages, frameworks, tools, platforms, and like try to like make one topic like languages. Write about all the tech languages you know, Python, R, C, C++, and all. Right. So you after education skills summary. After that, you can have experience. In that, mention about any experience. Since you're first, second, third year students, you anything you have, any work you have done, try to have them. After that, we have a project section, and after that, for me, I have a publication section as well. I write research papers, so you can also mention about projects, publications, and in the end, you have the achievements, honors, and reports. So this is the headlines, right? This is the headlines that is there. But even if all these things are not there, it's completely fine. Now, regarding this template, those questions really want to do as I will add this in my link tree, and I will also share it with the Girl Tech community, and they can share it with you. Because we have a time constraint, I'm sorry, I can't show you much now because I respect the time they have given me, and I'm really grateful like that they have extended the session for me. Yeah.
Everyone, if you have any question, you can ask it in a community. We will share the resources with you, the link tree, any other question that you have. I hope everyone has the access to our WhatsApp community. Can anyone raise their hand if you don't have it? So I'll share the link. Okay, sure. I'll just share that. Um,
Palangi Women in Technology Scholarship is not open yet, I think so, for this year. I will post on LinkedIn about it soon. As soon as it's open, I will share a LinkedIn. Also, you guys can, I forgot to mention, you can just share the link of that Google University post. That is something really good that will help all these people. So, guys, I have posted about this Google University Scholarship. If you guys will go to my profile, you can see a post where I've written a blog about it. So, all the questions you're asking me, you can also like just see that you can also just go to the post and read the blog. It will really help you to draft your essays. Just give me 1 second. I'm just sharing the link for, and this will be the last. I'm sorry.
no worries.
Okay. So you can just go to this post and you can have a better idea about the scholarship. I have written a blog. The link is there in the post itself. So you can check that out. It will really help you a lot.
So now that we have everything, you have the blog link, you have the our WhatsApp community link. Feel free to ask any more questions that are left there. And before we all go, we need to take a picture. So can everyone please start their cameras for just 1 minute? And Vijay Lakshmi, what should our pose be for this time?
Okay, so you have some poses, new poses every time.
Yeah, that's what we try to do.
We can make G just like this. I don't know how to make G.
I think we could do this.
Okay. Yes, we can make this.
Okay,
What do you have to do? Can you just tell me properly?
like this.
G. Is it looking like G?
Well, now it is because everyone's gonna do it.
Guys, it's okay. We enjoy stuff. We should also it's not just about tech always. We should have fun. That's really cool actually. Not that bad.
Akanksha di, can you make your hand lower so that your face is also visible then?
Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, that works.
I guess this is better. Like this looks like
Yeah,
that.
that's
We can
true.
make S. So like this looks like G.
Okay, that's true. Okay, any more people want to open their cameras? This is your time to shine. If not, then thank you so much, Akanksha di, for joining us, for giving us your time to answer all these questions. We do have that Excel sheet link also with more questions, but most of them were, I think, answered here. So,
That's really great. I really love to interact with all of you, and I hope that many of the Google Revolution scholars are from this meeting itself. And I would really wish you all the best for it, and I will try my best to help you out in any ways, like if you apply and you reach out to me for any times. Sure, and love talking to all of you. I hope I see you someday. Try to host some in-person events. I love that.
okay. Thank you, Akanksha di. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and thank you to all those who opened their cameras. You really gave us your time, and yes, thank you.